Hey guys, thanks for joining us this afternoon on a beautiful sunny autumn day here in Sydney. What better day than to talk about solar panels with you, my friends? Now, if you watched my previous videos, you'll know that the average Australian household uses 20 kilowatt hours of electricity per day. This is important to know because if you've got that number in mind, then I can tell you what percentage of that day can actually be covered by solar panels, which then leads to the logical conclusion as to how many panels you actually need for an average Australian house. So let's draw a graph to represent time versus energy use. So let's put energy on this side. That's in kilowatt hours. And let's put time on this axis. So this is 12 midnight. Back to 12 midnight for a 24-hour day. This is 12 midday. This will be 6 p.m. This will be 6 a.m. If you saw my other videos, you'll also know that there are two peaks of electricity usage in the house every day. There'll be a peak here at 6 a.m. for breakfast. And there'll be a peak here at about 6 p.m. again when everybody is home. And then it'll taper off again into the night. And during the day, it's pretty flat as well. There's not much going on if nobody's home. So let's say that's about 1 kilowatt peak, and that's about 2 kilowatt. And down here, I'm going to draw this even flatter because it's actually quite low. So down here we're looking at probably 0.2 kilowatt. Let's be generous. 0.2 kilowatts. Let's trace the trajectory of the sun in the sky because that will correlate to how much energy the sun can produce for your solar panels as well. So assuming the sun rises at 6 a.m., sun setting at 6 p.m. on an average kind of day in Australia. I know obviously it's longer in summer, shorter in winter, but let's use an average day. So on an average day, the sun rises at 6. You'll get pretty good output by about midday, and then it will start to fall again pretty quickly by then. After 6, there'll be nothing. Before 6, there is nothing. That's on a sunny day. If you've got a cloudy day, it'll look something like this. If it's overcast, if it's raining, it's more like that. So as you can see, only if it's sunny it's useful. If it's cloudy and overcast or raining, there's not much going on there. So if you were to ask a solar company that installs solar panels how many panels I should get, they're obviously going to tell you the more the merrier. They want to sell you panels, okay? That's their job. But look at this graph here. Look how much the sun is actually helping you on an average day. There's not a lot going on here. That area under the curve is where the sun is actually covering your household requirements. The rest is fed off back to the grid. Down here is offset. In my other video, I also mentioned that 50% of usage occurs in the last 8 hours of the waking day. So between 12 midnight and about 4 p.m. So let's put 4 p.m. down here. 50% usage. This is only a best guess because everyone's different. It's hard to find data on this on the internet. But that area on the curve, if I know that's 50%, if I'm generous, the sun is realistically only covering 25% of your household requirements or household usage in a 24-hour day. 25% of 20 kilowatt hours is 5 kilowatt hours. So 5 kilowatt hours is really the amount that the solar panels can cover for your house. The rest, if you've got a bigger system, will be fed off back to the grid. So now we've got that figure in mind. I guess we need to ask ourselves, what kind of system do we need? How big a system do we really need? Having had solar panels for the last 5 years, I can tell you that the size of your array in kilowatts, if you want to know how much on average that array can produce for your house per day, averaged across the whole year, you normally have to multiply that by 4. So if I want 5 kilowatt hours in production on a day, I need to divide that by 4. 1.25 kilowatts. So in reality, that's all I need. That's the number of panels I need to cover the number of kilowatt hours I need during the day that the sun can actually do. Because if I have any more than that, it's just going to be fed off to the grid. 1.25 kilowatt, each panel is 250 watts. So each panel is 250 watts. That's 5 panels. 5 panels on your roof. The salesman sells with people are going to say, well, the more the merrier. Sure, the more the merrier. So if you buy more panels, so if you have even 2 kilowatts, you might get a bigger array, a bigger output during the day. But look at that. It's the same trajectory for your house. You're only going to cover that much every single time. 3 kilowatts. Okay, you'll get higher output there. Same under the curve. 5 kilowatts. You know the story. You get a higher output, but a lot of it goes back to the grid. And the only coverage is down here. And it's the same, no matter what system you get. So think about that for a second. Some people might say, well, sure, if I get a bigger array, I get a bigger output. So a bigger flow at the current time. Just have a look down here. On an ideal day, the sun is setting at 6 p.m. So when your electricity usage ramps up, the sun is on its way down. Even whatever system you're going to get, you're not going to get the maximum output at this time when everybody's home. So even if it's 10 kilowatts, it's not going to be 10 kilowatts at 4 p.m. when everybody comes home. So you'll never be short on, because the sun cannot physically produce that much power at that time. Sure, if you get a 200 kilowatt system, that's going to be quite exorbitant. So don't forget, the more panels you have, the more you've got to pay, the longer the payback time as well. And some of you might say, well, if you've got more panels, you've got a bigger array, then you can get more back from the grid. Okay, that's one argument. Let's just say, for example, let's rub all this out. Let's start again. So my example of needing 1.25 kilowatt per day versus, let's say, a 5 kilowatt system. So I've already worked out for you that usually it's multiplied by the array by 4 to get the number of kilowatt hours per day that the panels produce for you. So in a 5 kilowatt system, you're going to get 20 kilowatt hours per day. So 5 kilowatt hours, there'll be minimal discharge or export to the grid. So you won't get much back in tariffs. That's fine, because at 5 kilowatt hours, if you're offsetting half of that, I'm going to assume that we're on a time of use plan. So these are all time of use figures. Just to remind you, time of use figures. Let's just rub this out for 1 second. So time of use. So 2 to 8 p.m. in Sydney is 60 cents per kilowatt hour. Before 2 p.m. is at 25 cents per kilowatt hour. If you saw my graph before with the sun and the usage intersecting, I reckon half of that is going to be at 60 cents and half of that will be at 25 cents. Which means that with your panels, you can offset, so 2.5 by 6 will be $1.50, and that'll be about 60 cents. And just to round off, every day you can expect to offset $2 per day if you've got 1.25 kilowatt array generating 5 kilowatt hours per day. So $2 per day times 365, you're going to get $730 back. So each panel is 250 watts. So you'll need 5 panels. Each panel is $375. $1,875. $730 goes into $1,875 about 2.5 times. So in about 2.5 years, you will get your money back. So that's one way. I guess the only drawback of getting a 1.25 kilowatt system is that after that time, if your household requirements increase, if you are expecting another child, or if you've got a bigger family all of a sudden, then that won't be enough, and then you'll have to start again. So I guess that is what I'm saying. It's although that realistically is all you need, maybe it's sometimes better to get a bigger system. And also, 1.25 kilowatts per day, that's assuming that you have a sunny day all the time, which you won't always have. So although that's all you need, most people will opt for a bigger system because of this fact. If you were to opt for a 3 kilowatt system, in my opinion, that is probably enough for an average household to counter cloudy days and to possibly plan for bigger families or household that requires more energy in the future. Think about this, 3 kilowatts times 4 can expect to produce 12 kilowatt hours per day on average across the whole year. If only 5 kilowatt hours is what the sun can cover during the day, then you've got 7 kilowatt hours from that figure, and that is sold back to the grid at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. So you'll get 77 cents back every single day. So we know that that amount, 5 kilowatt hours, can offset $2.10 per day. If you're exporting 7 kilowatt hours, which is the remainder, back to the grid, at 11 cents at the current rate, you're getting 77 cents. So that's $2.87. If you are buying a 3 kilowatt array, you will need, if each panel is 250 watts, you will need 12 panels. Each panel currently is $375, which means that you end up paying $4,500 in solar panels once you get your rebates from the government. So $4,500, how many times does this go back into $4,500? So in my calculation, it'll take you about 4.5 years to repay for a 3 kilowatt system. That was compared to 2.5 years for a 1.25 kilowatt system. So as you can see, the more you pay, the more it'll take to recoup it. So it's not so much that a bigger system will get you a bigger tariff. In reality, the bigger you go, the more time it'll take to recoup your costings. So have a think about that, because obviously a salesperson is going to sell you on more panels, but really my advice to you is to actually do your sums and work out how much you actually need for your family, for your house. Don't think that more panels is going to reduce your energy bill. In reality, your feed-in tariff, 11 cents, is never going to be higher than the electricity you're buying from the grid, even at off-peak rates. Off-peak rates are 16.5 cents, so economics suggests that you are never going to get as good as the rate that you're buying from the grid, if that makes sense. So that's my thoughts for the day on solar panels. Just make sure you do your homework and make sure you are buying the number of panels you actually need for your house, rather than just going with a salesman's pitch and getting more panels because you're getting more of a tariff back, because it doesn't really work that way. You are going to get you're going to take longer to pay back if you've got a bigger array. Alright guys, well thank you for watching, and as always, happy charging. Hey, thanks for watching, and thank you for helping us to bring the electric vehicle revolution to Australia. If you've enjoyed our videos, please take a moment to hit subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you're close to buying a brand new Tesla, then lucky you. Use one of our promo codes on screen to unlock special goodies from Tesla. Happy charging!